Okay, so halfway through that index, hammering along, and looking good so far. Get a brush and try and brush that a bit. Yep, I think it's looking good. Pity I'm not going to see the ring finished, or even cast. Oh well, wonders of trade work. Let's hope the top comes up good. Alright, when the other side's done I'll grab a bit more vid and when we do the top index. Okay, just about finished. That side, so I'm going to roll over now to index the other side. Okay. Sorry. Let's have a look. Okay, so basically we're going to do the same thing again, just on the opposite side of the ring. Then we're going to come back. Then we're going to come back and do the final index, which is the top. Okay. Once the top's about more or less halfway through, I'll try and grab a bit more video. And we finish this index. So I'm going to come around just for the very last one. Okay. All looking good. Okay, so this is the last blocker that it's cutting away now. That'll reveal the dragon and Australia. And there's a little mill grain edge around there as well, I think. Okay, and that's about halfway through. I'll grab a bit of video, hop in the bath and wash my stinky bums. Thought I'd grab the sound of this where it's going over the mill graining. Sounds pretty groovy. I love my Minitech. Okay, so we're a little bit into the top index. If you look really carefully you can see the wing section over there. Well, the wing focus. The wing section over there, you can just see the dragon's claws coming out over the earth there. And if you're wondering what that big funky blob of wax on the top is about, as I started approaching the middle of it, I noticed that my roughing was looking a little bit low, so I ran inside quickly and checked my path and realised that when I'd set my roughing, I hadn't had my blocker on the top. And so my roughing was half a millimetre too low. So what I done quickly in Mac is I did a feed hold, lifted my Z, melted some wax on, reversed my path about 1 millimetre, and then started cutting again. And that's going to save my bacon, because otherwise I would have finished this path and then found out that the top of the globe, the top hemisphere of the globe that Australia is sitting on, would have had a big flat in it where my Z leveling was a little bit too low. I'm not the type of guy that likes to hide away when you see. Well, I don't like to hide away when you make boo-boos, because we all do it. It's how you recover from a boo-boo that's important, and whether you can or can't. So the process of recovering from a boo-boo like that in Mac is fairly simple. Right, so having saved that, I'm going to go back inside and have a little whiskey. Okay, so that's just about a finish. Now, in my opinion, that Australian map is very indistinct. We covered this a few times with the client. As you all know, customers are always right. In this case, turns out the customer is completely wrong. And I'm not happy to let that wax leave like that, because I don't think that the Australia is distinct enough, and by the time this thing is tumbled and or polished, there's going to be nothing left. So what I've done is I've traced a curve. Around all the borders of the continents and written an engraving path. And I'm going to run the engraving path just to create a distinct, defined border around them. Alright, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, running an engraving path, touching up the eye. Now what I'm going to do is, after it's done all this, is drawing the border around Australia there. Once it's done all of this, what I'm going to do is have a look at how deep it was, and then maybe drop my Z level just a touch lower if needs be. Beautiful watching engraving. That's it. So I'm going to pick that up a little bit. Give it a brush off. Yeah, I think that's fixed it up. It's made it more distinct. Alright, I'm happy with that. Dragon's eye is more distinct. I was going to do the toes, I wasn't sure about it, but I think that's it. Okay, job done. I'll grab some rotating video of this, and other than that, we're finished. Okay, so then what we've got to do, we've got to cut the hub out and file it off. You can try automate this with a very long end mill normally, and I do with my mill fixture, but in a case like this, the ring is that wide that a cut is never going to get in there. So we're going to take it off manually, and then also it gives you a chance to verify whether or not the ring is the correct finger size. Pretty close. We're half a size out, so I'm just going to open it up a little bit more. Okay, so we'll post this video on the web, and I'll grab some video on a rotating table with it, and then we're finished. Thank you. Okay, so that's the wax, the dragon, side panels, top, close up and zoom without it becoming a problem. There we go, there's Mr. Dragon. Whoa. Okay, done.